All right. Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing this evening? We will do a quick roll call and get into it here. And then I'll give you an update on the, crap that I've had. Got my Kai, Booger Dog, Scott 79, Pistol Pete, my Kai, and Bald and Curious. Um, yes. Excuse me. Um, just so y'all know the vid, the cough, it turned into pneumonia. So I ended up getting pneumonia. Still have it, but taking medicine. I've got a inhaler. I've got steroids for my lungs. I'm taking like 5 different kinds of medication. That's why I'm not drinking. So just having some electrolyte stuff. Still feel a little puny, but I'm gonna live. So no hospitalization or any of that kind of stuff. Thank goodness. But yeah, it's just getting over the crud. So there we go. But yeah, I did hear they were canceling the 97. That is a shame. It's a great gun. I love mine. I'm glad I still have it. Wish they were optic ready or could make them optic ready, but unfortunately you cannot because of the way the top is with the plunger. So, and then, yeah, we'll get into. I had that actually written down about the Joe Rogan thing. Neil Young saying that if Spotify didn't drop Joe Rogan, that he was going to pull his music and leave, and they said bye. Neil Young hasn't been relevant for 1,000 years. He's a kook. So, and then of course the View has gone after him, but they couldn't even hold a candle to Joe Rogan. I don't agree with everything Joe Rogan says. He's an entertainer. He has the right to his own free speech. He has his own platform. So, and I like a lot of his stuff. Just not every single thing, but I do like a lot of his stuff. So I'm glad that we have him. Scott is saying, as if anyone is looking for the BD, it's in stock. Last I checked at Sportsman's Guide, and that's cool. Yeah, if somebody's wanting to get one. All right. Hello, Dan O'Neill. Oh, Rock Island. Scott got him a Rock Island. Cool. Hello, Dennis. How are you? Clyde. Whoops. Hang on a second.
Hey, guys.
This thing's doing something weird. When you try to clear out chats that are coming on, it kicked me over. So hopefully everybody's there. Um, Hello, Clyde. How are you? Hey, Tactical Firearms, Indie Irish. Yeah, I've been on the meds. They diagnosed me with pneumonia on Saturday. I had to go back up there, and I thought that I was getting over the vid. And then all of a sudden, my fever started spiking up to 102 again. I started coughing really bad again, and I was like, "What the hell? Am I getting another batch of it?" And so I went in, and they actually did a chest X-ray and all of that stuff, and they're like, "Nope, now you've got pneumonia." So that's how it turned into that. But yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that Rogan, says everything right. I mean, but that's the thing about him. He causes controversy. He gets discussions going. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. But he's some of his beliefs I don't agree with. Um, just like anybody else. But I think everybody should have the right to say what they want to say, especially if they have a paid platform. And he carries a lot of clout. I mean, a lot of people listen to him. So let's see here. But all right, I do have some stuff I wanted to share with y'all. I did get to play with the little Steiner, the MPS, the little new Steiner micro red dot that goes on the pistols. Texas Gun Experience has one, and I was able to, get it and play around with it and stuff. Not on a pistol. It actually looks really nice. It looks pretty heavy duty. The battery life isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. It does have the smaller battery, but the clarity is really good. It is totally enclosed. If y'all haven't seen it, it's not, it's the totally enclosed emitter on both sides. Sage Dynamics did a video on it, but I think it's a pretty cool option. I think it is like a 3.3 MOA dot, and you only have the dot. You don't have different reticle choices. But from looking at it across the room, and I kind of put it out into the sun, and it has a pretty nice intensity of brightness. So if anybody's looking for it, it could be a good option. It does take the acro mount. So, if you don't have a gun milled for it, you'd have to get it milled, or if you've got one that you could put a plate on it, it would just have to be the acro plate. But that could be a pretty good option. I'm really excited about the acro P2. I think that's going to be a really good option because it's got the bigger battery. So when it comes out, I'm going to try to get one of those and see if I can get one mounted up. But that's kind of the next one I might get. What would you all recommend for my first 1911 or 2011 top end? Of budget would be $1,200, 9mm double stack if possible. For a 9mm double stack, if it has to be a double stack, you're going to be a little pigeonholed there with the price. That's kind of Rock Island money for a double stack. If you could get a 1911, I would say get a Dan Wesson. But $1,200. I mean, Dan Wessons are even more. Some of them are more than $1,200. But that's going to be a pretty tall chore to get a really, really good 2011. Like I said, you could get a Rock Island. You could even send it to Hayes Customs, spend a little more money on it. Have it polished, tuned, stuff like that. But that's probably could be your best option, unless you were able to find something used, maybe for a really good price. That could be another option too. Hello, Tactical Firearms. I did want to, or take that back. Well, no, actually, they're still more expensive. For a little less money than a Staccato, you could get into a Bull Armory. They do have the double stack options, but you're still talking, $1,900 to $2,000 for some of those, and you can get optic ready and things like that. That would probably be a really good choice. The Bull Armories are definitely nice pistols. I put up a little post on my community chat, and I gripped a grip, just kind of squeezed it, then took my hand off and took a picture. And I think there's already like 81 likes and like 20 some odd comments of people going, oh my gosh, because I just wanted to, kind of start something out there. If y'all remember, that picture is my Masterpiece Arms DS9 hybrid. I've shot that gun a lot. I really love that gun, but I have complained that the factory aluminum grip is not grippy enough. So actually, MPA had been watching some of my videos, and I talked to those guys, and they said, hey, we have an aggressive lower. Let us send it out. You try it out, see what you think. So they sent it out. It's on the gun now, and that sucker is aggressive. I've said this numerous times. That's why I love lock grip bogeys. That's why I've been a big proponent of them. Any gun I can put lock grips on, I always do, and I get the most aggressive that they can get. Either they're bogeys or they're brass aggressive, because I like DNA takers. I've said that in videos. I do not have baby hands. I was a mechanic forever. However, I don't really, do that stuff that much anymore. But, I'm not used to, doesn't bother me to get my hands cut up, beat up, whatever. I really like aggressive grips. So just gripping this thing, I mean, all I did was just squeeze it, pretty good hard squeeze, let it off. And that's what you saw. That thing is aggressive. I really like it. I haven't shot with it yet. I can't wait to, but I'm all about aggressiveness. So just wanted to show that picture. So if you haven't seen it, you can go on the community and check it out. A lot of people are like, holy crap, man, what's going on with your hand and that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to show this is the new one. The old one wouldn't do that. It would just kind of leave a couple of lines and things like that. This thing is drilled deeper. So when you put your hands on it, they actually go down into the dots or the little golf balls, and it embeds your skin in there. So, I mean, it's super tight. Also, I did put the carry mag well on there. I took the big bell mouth housing off and I put the carry mag well on there. I had already had that from them, but I put that on there. So I'm going to start running it with the aggressive grip and the carry mag well. And hell, I might even carry the damn thing. I've just got to run it some more, see what I think about it, and then go from there. Yeah, it's really hard to beat a Dan Wesson. I mean, they make great, great guns. Speaking of Dan Wesson, y'all probably know that they did cancel the DWX. That's Down the Road Motors. So I guess we won't be seeing that one. Hello, Lynn Holt. How are you, man? I guess we won't be seeing that one. I was pretty excited about that gun, but I guess they decided to exit, and I think that sucks, or axe it. But it is what it is. Let's see here. Indie Irish, if I were you, I would probably save up some more. I wouldn't just settle. I would probably just save up, get what you really really want. Some people just get to the amount they think they need, then they settle on something, and then they're like, oh man, if I would have saved a little longer, could have got something that I'd enjoy more. I'm not saying Rock Island's bad or any of that kind of stuff. I have played with some that didn't run very well, and then some of them run great. So, it can be kind of hit and miss with some of the mags though. So if you can get maybe a staccato or maybe a bull armory or something where you can have some mag compatibility in case you get another bull armory or another staccato, you can have some mag compatibility that can help also. Let's see here. Hello, Havoc. For LTT RDO users, any solutions beside adjusting my grip for those of us that grip with a support hand? The slide mounted decocker beats up my strong hand when shooting. Man, it's, I mean, that's kind of the boogaboo on that gun. It's definitely, there's some guns that are out there where you do have to adjust grips. I run into that. Hell, I've run into it with a regular, Beretta because they're so short. So I have to adjust my hand up so I don't pinch the meat off the end of my hand switching mags. There's all kinds of little things sometimes that we have to do to different guns or with slide releases, things like that. Hell, on my P10Cs, my P10Fs, I tend to ride the slide release quite a bit. So I don't get locked back. Y'all have probably seen it in videos, but that's just, some of us are blessed with monster hands. So you just kind of got to do what you got to do and train around it, unfortunately. Yeah, they've been really cool. I really appreciated him doing that. And I honestly think that now what he was telling me is on their 40 caliber, I guess, performance race pistol, it comes with the aggressive grip already. And I was like, you might want to offer that as an offering for people to choose which one they might like, because I know personally a lot of people that really like aggressive grips themselves versus the smoother grips. And every one I've seen in the store, just like when I got mine, I had the smooth type grips on it. And they're still really nice grips and they're aluminum, but they're still not really aggressive. And all that grip tape, I've used the Talon grips, I've used the grip tape, I've used all that shit in the past. And the way I grip a gun, I grip it so hard that it just peels off over time. So I would rather have the alloy or really serious stippling to where it's not going to wear off so quick. Um, I just like a really, really aggressive grip. I always have. So not everybody has to have it, but I really love them. Yeah, the Veloci's are nice. You're going to get maximum grip in places, but with the bogies, you just get grip everywhere. And on their brass, you also get grip everywhere. So that's why I really like it. Rock Chalk, Hollow Sun 507C manual says it's factory zeroed for 25 yards. Would you recommend zeroing it to my particular firearm and ammo? Yes. You're going to have a little bit of variance between 115 and 124, of course. It's not going to be drastic, but it is going to be a little lower. I know they say 25 yards. Some people do 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, 25 yards. It just depends. Because if you're shooting at 25 yards and then you pull a target into 7 or 10, you're just going to have to know your holdover. But it's not too drastic, but it is going to be different. So whatever you pick. I mean, I've got some that are zeroed at 15. I've got some that are zeroed at 25. My competition type longer pistols are usually 25. My defensive ones are usually 15 to 20. Um, it just really, I wouldn't do it to 7 yards. I would do it to 10 past. That's what I would do. But to have every one of them and you have to do it at 25 yards, that's not true. I mean, there's, you know, Scott Jalowski and all those guys. I mean, they do them like to 15, so I just think whatever you're comfortable with. Hello, A-Dubs. How are you, man? Ron Hunt is waiting on his XDME 10 millimeter with the Dragonfly. Cool, man. Let's see here. Yeah, I was really interested in the DWX also. I really wanted the full size. I mean, I was already planning to get it milled, the whole works, but I guess we're not now. Yeah, I mean, you always want a zero. You always want a zero in optic, always. And I will tell you this, and y'all have seen it in the videos. When I can zero an optic. I can. Um, However, I'm not a very patient man because what I do is I'll bench rest it. I'll do all that stuff, and I'll get it pretty much perfect, and then I'll pick the specs out of the fly shed. And what I mean by that is I'll just want to get it even more and more precise. So I'll do like one more click up or one more click down. And then all of a sudden I'll shoot it a couple more times and I'll look at it and I'm like, oh crap. And I've got it 2 or 3 off. So sometimes I literally pick the specs out of the fly shed. So when you're zeroing an optic, get it on point and then call it good. Don't sit there and just anal the crap out of it. I've even done mine and then had, like if I go shoot with Humble Marksman, I'll just say, hey, can you double eyeball this for me? And he'll look at it and he'll do a couple of shots and he'll be like, yep, one click, you're good. And then I'll verify that and then we're good. So, never a bad thing to have another pair of eyes looking at it. However, we'll tell you this too, with his hold versus my hold and things like that, you can get a little difference. But if you kind of split the middle, you're usually pretty good. So, but it just depends on, how you want to set it up. Hello, Floridian. How are you? Hey, what's up, Russ Dennis? All right, zero at 10 yards and confirm at 25 and make adjustments. Yeah, I mean, it's, if you can find a really good happy medium, and if you're going to shoot up close where the bullet's going to land, just know your holes. It's the same with an AR. A lot of people are like, I have to have 100 yards zero or whatever. You can zero at 50 yards, and that's going to be your 5200 on a 5.56. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can make it work. So, Hello, reloading from the hot pot. How are you doing, man? Yeah, the Atlas Athena is a very nice gun. It really is. My buddy has two of them, and I really do like them. Super nice guns. Um, but that is one reason, everybody has an Atlas or everybody has Phoenix or everybody has this. And that's one reason I really wanted to get that MPA and give it a shot. I'm really, really happy I got it. I mean, it's a great pistol. Did have its break in, just like some of them do. It's a custom built pistol. They make everything in house. So you're going to have the tighter tolerances and things like that. But now that that thing's broken in, it's a freaking sewing machine. I mean, I really, really do like that gun a lot. So, but the Atlas Athena is a super nice gun too. But, I was kind of looking at 3,000 versus, 5,500 to 6,000. Not saying I won't ever have an Atlas, but so far I'm super happy with that MPA. And I'm not trying to sell a gun for them, just telling you the truth. Let's see here. Clyde saying, looking at SIG X Compact versus a Glock 45, any pros and cons out of those two? I mean, they're both going to be great guns. They're both going to run for you. It really depends on what you like. If you prefer the SIG, angle versus the Glock angle, depends on if you really want to, your aftermarket support is probably going to be higher. I mean, I know that SIG has a ton of aftermarket support now, but it's still going to be higher on a Glock, kind of depending on, if you want the mags for the SIGs are more expensive than the Glocks. However, I do prefer a metal magazine versus a polymer magazine. Um, but it's really up to your choice, up to your decision. They're both great guns. They're both going to run. Just really whatever you decide. That's the thing. Everyone says, if you could only get one or whatever. Well, I mean, some of us, have a lot of choices. However, some people don't. And that's why I still always recommend if you can go to a range and they've got those guns that you want to try, please go and rent them and try them. So you don't just go in, put your hand on it, buy it, and walk out the door. Go in. I think a lot of gun places like TGE, I think it's like $15 to rent a gun. Um, and they've got a huge selection. So you name it, they pretty much have it. And you can go in, shoot them, take 3 or 4 of them in there, try them out, see what you think, and then go from there. Let's see here. How many shoot with both eyes open? Been dry firing with my SRT gun. I always shoot with both eyes open. Matter of fact, even on my ARs, I shoot with both eyes open. The only ones I really don't shoot with both eyes open is if I'm going super, super long distance, like 600 yards and stuff. Even on my ARs, when like my 1-6, I still keep both eyes open. And on pistols, I keep both eyes open. I used to be the one-eyed closed guy. I did. But since I've gotten into dots, both eyes open all the time. So, and even on your red dots, if you've got like the little adjuster on the outside and kind of pokes out on one side, when you're just you got it out there and you're looking through it, it's almost like it's not even there. So definitely both eyes open, and it gives you a lot more peripheral for defensive situations. If you've got this eye closed and somebody's coming up on this side or whatever, you can't see very well. So I'm a big proponent in shooting with both eyes open. CZ Shadow 2, I want order the stainless and blue MPA DS9. Yeah, that's a really pretty gun. They have that one that's called, I think it's called Huckleberry or something, and it's got that really tricked out blue color. It looks pretty cool. I'm just not a blue guy. Red's not that bad, but if they had an orange one, I'd be all over it. Clyde Cumberland, the Glock 45 has a 4-inch barrel, SIG Compact 3.6. G45 has a full-size frame, and the SIG has a compact frame. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Hello, Two Wheeling Nut. How are you, man? Paul, I did see that. Let me grab a drink real quick. I did see the new ported shadow systems, or I thought it was a comped. I didn't think it was ported. I thought it was comped. But either way, I think it's a pretty cool option. Definitely a longer slide. Matter of fact, a buddy of mine just picked up his Shadow 2 or Shadow systems today. Um, but he got the D DR920L, I think is what it is. So I'm pretty excited to see what he thinks about it. I mean, they're cool guns. I've put my hands on them and stuff and played around with them. I've just never shot one yet. Um, but I think they are pretty cool guns for what they are. So I don't know. I mean, if I might even rent one at TGE when they get one in and try it, see what I think about it. Dennis saying, Big J, that grip is badass. Yeah, it's super aggressive. I love it. I mean, like I said, I haven't shot with it yet, so I'm really excited about shooting it. But I mean, I assure you, I do not have baby hands. My hands have bled and bled and bled, so don't worry about that. I've had more hand surgeries than you can imagine. Let's see here. Ron Hunts. I'm 72 and grew up with shotguns and rifles, so it's a challenge for me to shoot with both eyes open. Yes, Ron. I mean, I'm kind of there with you. I'm not 72, but I did grow up shooting a lot of rifles, a lot of shotguns, and it was a big change. But once I really locked into it and started doing it, now if I close my eyes, it's weird. Um, it's just like you have to make something a repetition, or you have to do a lot of repetitions in order to create a habit, and that's with anything. And that's what it took. It took a lot of that, and I just trained myself through it. And now it's like when I close an eye, I'm just like, oh shit, something's weird. Just doesn't seem right. So, you know, I would, just maybe practice with it and see what you think about it. Even if you have a dominance issue, right eye, left eye dominant, because I know guys that are right-handed dominant but left-eyed dominant, and things like that. So it's kind of a challenge, but you can even shoot through that, and you can just tilt your head just a little bit and still shoot with both eyes open. I showed a buddy of mine that, he was closing it and doing all this weird stuff, and I was like, how about you just tilt your head just a little bit, keep both eyes open, and then give that a shot. And he did, and it actually started working for him. So that's the way he shoots now. Pistol Pete, yeah, the 30 Super Carry doesn't seem to be getting too many fans, and I had that written down also too. We talked about it before. I don't think it's going to be either. I mean, you've got something that I don't feel that was ever asked for. Um, Now, the only benefit of it, let me, I guess, back up a little bit. You can get two more rounds. So if you had a 9mm and it holds 8 rounds, now with the 30 Super Carry, it can hold 10 rounds. However, you're still between a 380 and a 9mm. So it's really not changing a whole lot other than giving you the 2 rounds. If you have to have those 2 rounds, I say carry a double stack. Um, you know, I just, and I know they didn't come out with it in a week. I mean, I know it took a while, but I'm just like, I just don't see a reason in it. And I'm not trying to be a hater. If somebody's going to go after 30 Super Carry and they're super interested in it, by all means, get it and try it out. I just don't think it brings anything totally innovative to the marketplace. I just really don't. So it's going to be the same price as 380. So it's going to be more expensive than 9. Um, it doesn't have any more knockdown power. I just don't see what it brings. I mean, because if I was going from a 380, I would go to a 9mm. I wouldn't go from a 380 to a 30 Super Carry and then to a 9mm. It just doesn't make any sense. Plus, 9mm is NATO round, so it's more common. 30 Super Carry is not going to be that common. Um, I think it could just go by the wayside like 224 Valkyrie and just find its way out the back door. But what do I know? So let's see here. Don't think so, as I'm leaning to focus on the target and front sight seems to be the right at times. Um, another thing, when you're shooting dots, if you're talking about dots, a lot of people tend to stare at the dot. With the dot, you always want to be target focused and just have your dot get in the way. So you really don't ever want to look at your dot just gets in the way. And when I first started shooting dots, I had the problem staring at the damn dot. I was staring at the dot. And, I'd catch myself, I'd be shooting great, and all of a sudden my group would go to shit. And I'm like, what did I do? And it's like, I was staring at the damn dot. So once you even get that as a habit and you don't look at the dot, you look at your target and let the dot get in the way, man, you can shoot faster, you can shoot more accurately. If y'all watch my videos, way back in the day, I used to shoot a lot slower. Now I shoot faster. I'm not worried about that pinpoint bullseye accuracy. I'm not that guy. I don't give two shits about putting six right between your eyes. That doesn't matter to me. I want to make you a freaking cheese grater. I want you to gush out. That's what I want. I want you to be a strainer. So that's just kind of the way I am. But it's got a lot more speed. Even going from target to target, it's a lot faster for me. So that's just what works for me. But like I said, it's all what your intentions are and what you want to do. Exactly. Yeah, I said the same thing, Scott. I'm like, well, okay. The Swedish round, I mean, that thing's been around forever, so whatever. From what I understand, Bald, they I guess with the way this bullet's set up, they're talking about like SIG can't like it's a longer bullet, so they're not going to really be able to do a lot of conversion stuff with magazines and frames and barrels, is from what I'm hearing. And so far, there's only 3 people that make it. Smith and Wesson makes the EZ 30 Super Carry. They make the Shield Plus 30 Super Carry, and then Nighthawk. Nighthawk is going to make one. So not many people are going to run out by a $4,000 pistol to have 30 Super Carry. Now watch them slow down on 9mm and make a shitload of 30 Super Carries to force people to try to buy them. Exactly, David. If you watch the people shooting it, now I've never shot the 30 Super Carry, but I was watching videos. There was a guy shooting a 9mm, bang, 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 and then he was shooting a 30 Super Carry, and it actually had more jump, and they were both the same size guns. I think they were both Shield Pluses, I think. And I was like, okay, what's the whole point of that? It just didn't, I don't know. Just didn't really make me um I'm really interested in a Bull Armory 2011, but seems like it's hard to find parts and mags. Actually, there is a place called Onyx, Onyx, I believe, and they are a bull dealer. I think they're out of Miami. I could be wrong, but it's called Onyx, and you can go on and they have them. They have some of them in stock, and they sell extra mags and all that other stuff. Wheeled and Weld Arm just picked up 2 more Bull Armories. So he's a big Bull Armory fan, and he's bought a lot from Onyx. We've talked on the phone and stuff. And you know, when they come in, they do go pretty quick. But I think they're a really really nice gun. So I would, and I even said this, I would actually own one if the mags were compatible with staccato. The Bull Armory has their own patterned magazine, so it's theirs proprietary. So you can't run a regular 2011 mag in it. And that sucks because then if I bought a Bull Armory, I'd have to load up on those mags because I'm not the guy that just has 1 or 2 mags. I have a lot of mags for each gun. And that is what I like now about the Masterpiece Arms, because my staccatos will take MPX mags. The DS9 will take MPX mags, and now the DS9 will take my staccato mags and run flawlessly. So, I do love that compatibility of having all those mags. What's up, Channel Cat? Channel Cat says he's not buying that 30 Super Carry. I mean, man, I like 38 Super Carry, or the 38. back in the day. That was some good shit right there. But it's kind of hard to find too. Okay, let's see here. Okay. The gun snob. I shot the Shield Plus and 30 Super Carry and 9 side by side. And the 30 Super Carry did feel to me like it moved less. Okay, well, there we go. There's a hands on. I've only seen it on a video. I haven't shot one or tried one. So the gun snob's saying it seems to move a little less. There you go. Yeah. Well, and here you're hearing it again. I still think the 30 Super Carry is going to be the answer to the question no one asked. And I totally agree with that. I really do. And that's funny you said that too, Wheeling Nut. I was telling a buddy of mine that when all this crap was happening back when, I said all this crap that we're seeing now is stuff they've had on the shelves and they've been working on and all that during all the the lockdowns and all this other crap. So now all of a sudden it's pumping out. And that we kind of talked about a little bit of the SHOT Show stuff. There's nothing super exciting that I was seeing where I was like, oh my gosh, that's so revolutionary. I just really wasn't seeing any of that. There was some kind of cool stuff here and there, some different optics and stuff, but not a lot of it was super exciting to me. And if y'all saw something y'all really liked, throw it up in the chat so we can talk about it. Hey, Pranic, what's up, man? Oh, Hey, what's up, Uncle Dan? How are you? I just talked to Uncle Dan the other day. Good guy right there. I want the M&P and 10 millimeter Super Carry plus. Yeah. Jay Howe, the small compact sub gun trend I don't get into. I have man sized hands, and like a pistol that fits well in my hands doesn't get in the way of reloads. It does seem like in some circles of people. Jay Howe, I'm right there with you, brother. I am right there with you. Here's the thing that I've talked about. Okay, can I carry a small gun? Hell yeah, I can. If I carry a big full size gun, I can damn sure carry a small gun. Here's the problem I have, and you probably have the same problem, and other people might too. If I've got an appendix, okay, shit's getting real. Fixing to have to draw it. And I've done this. I've practiced it at home, and I recommend everybody doing the same thing. I've got it in there. All of a sudden, I pull a shirt, boom, and I go to reach for the gun. With those little bitty grips or those little bitty guns, I miss them. I can miss them very easily, even if I'm jamming that thumb back behind that grip to get that master grip. Some of them are so narrow, they're so short. I just can't get my big old gorilla hands on there. I mean, I'm dealing with XXL. A lot of people aren't, but trying to get that gun out of there quickly and do work, it's not easy. And I've done it like a little, I'll just, have my little timer set up. I mean, I'm just goofing off in the house, but, I'll set it for like, I don't know, a second or whatever. And it's just, I mean, it's so fuddy. I mean, I look like a monkey screwing a football. It's horrible. And I'm just like, nope. I mean, if I can't grab that gun out of there like 10 out of 10 times and just strip it and be good to go, I don't want to carry that gun. Because all it takes, then you add adrenaline, you add all these other things. Your hands are going to turn to mush. You're probably not going to be able to, have all your complete feeling. And that's just not a situation I want to be put in. So, backup guns. I've carried backup guns. The smallest backup gun that I own, there's two of them. It's my Shield 9mm, the 1.0 version, and my Shield 45. Those are the two smallest backup guns I will carry, and each one of them have a +2 extension on them, just for a little longer grip. And I can actually shoot those guns really well, and I can draw them, still not perfectly, not like a compact or a full size, but those are options. So that is the smallest gun I will carry. 365, I've tried it. Hellcat, it's a little thicker, but I'm just not the small gun guy. And I think if that fits your hands and it works for you, hey, do you, boo? But just not for me. Yeah, I agree. Why innovate when you can sell every damn thing you can produce? Yeah. Yep. I'm hearing of another ammo shortage starting too. So with the primers and stuff. So be aware of that. There is a primer. Well, they're actually pretty local to me. They're out of Carrollton, Texas. It's called Expansion Ammo. They bought a facility in Texarkana, Texas, which used to be a ammunition depot. And so they are revamping the building. They put over $2 million into the building, and they are going to be making primers supposedly in Texarkana, Texas. So I don't. I've kind of heard good and bad about this ammo. I even talked to the owner. He wanted to send me some ammo, but then I did found out some information at the gun store, and they had some issues with the ammo back in the day. So I never took him up on that offer to try it. Um, However, they are going to be making primers supposedly, so maybe that will help for reloaders and other things. So we'll have to see, but it's going to be in Texarkana, Texas. Gun Snob, the amp from Live Free Armory was probably my favorite I saw at the show. It's an aluminum frame G19 with an FCU, but still uses Gen 3 parts and trigger. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the ads on that. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, and it did look pretty cool, where you can kind of customize it up some. That does look like a pretty cool option. I mean, options are always good. Anything we can bring that is reputable and that, is going to be working correctly and things like that, I'm all for that. But bringing more shit to the marketplace that nobody freaking asked for and nobody wants, that's just a waste of time. So, and you're going to have some hit and misses with new products. We know that. Yeah, they're two wheeling nuts saying there really hasn't been anything released lately that has impressed me. I like the Smith and Wesson release a new hammer fired gun, the CSX, but I would rather it be in a DA or SADA in full size. The little gun they came out with, the CSX, the first thing I thought about was why. Um, it reminds me of that little SIG P38 kind of. The trigger is like 6.6 pounds 2 ounces or something. It's supposed to be a single action. I've shot tons of single actions. I have single actions from freaking the 80s, and they've got 3 pound triggers. And you're putting a side safety on this gun and giving it a 6 pound trigger with a false reset. That's not for me. Has no rail, not optic ready. As we talked about before, they could have made one gun, put a rail on it, put an optic on it from the get go, and hell, probably a better trigger, and maybe even made it a little bit bigger, and it probably would have went barn busters. I know a lot of people have gotten it. I know a lot of people have shot it. Um, I've heard good and bad already, but I just, again, I think they probably had that pack ratted somewhere, and they're like, "Oh shit, we got to get something out for Shot Show," and here it is. Just wasn't impressive to me. Yes, Lynn Holt. I saw POF announce their PCC Phoenix. I did. I like POF. I've got a couple of their guns, and the thing now, of course, it's a blowback design, so they're keeping it very basic, which is cool. Don't really like the price tag on it. $1,600. I thought that was pretty high for what the offering is. It does have a proprietary mag also. It's a 35 round mag, but it's a proprietary mag. I don't know who they're made by, the mags, if they make them in house or have somebody make them for them. But I mean, it is a cool option. I don't know, man. For $1,600 without a brace, um, seems a little high, but POF usually makes really quality stuff. So I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, it is another option out there, and it looks kind of cool. So when it's on an AR type platform, so Cody and Gene, shout out here in Oklahoma. Hey man, thank you, appreciate it. I go to Oklahoma quite a bit actually. Some of the small gun crap is related to people who are worried about offending non-gun people. If it prints or shows by accident, it's my right to carry, so screw people's feelings. I agree. I'm not worried about all that shit. I do what I want. The new Recover tactical Glock chassis and the Franklin binary system for the Glock trigger caught my eye too. Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me about the binary trigger, the Franklin Armory Glock binary trigger. Honestly, I've shot binary triggers before, not the Glock one, and I've even shot a Glock 18. And they're cool and everything, but I don't know. I mean, to me, binary triggers, yeah, you can keep them on target pretty decently depending on the caliber, but I just don't really see a reason in it, honestly. I like a really nice, light, crisp trigger, and then I like my trigger to do the work. Shooting forward, shooting backwards. I've seen some people do some really stupid shit and shoot ceilings and all kinds of crap with them at ranges. They don't really know how to control them. And they just mag dump the shit out of stuff, which is cool. But then when you're shooting up, all the machinery in an indoor range, it's kind of shitty. But, to each their own. I'm not really into all that stuff. I mean, I would want full blown freaking auto or, you know, and as we should have it, it should not be taken away from us. Just asking for permission is bullshit. Oh, yeah, I saw pictures of the P15 and it didn't look real good to me. You get the alloy frame or the polymer frame, and I was like, that weird safety on the back just looks fugly as shit too. Yep, I saw they are coming out with the 7.62 by 39. That's a good option. Jay Howe, everyone said 10 millimeter would fail, and been shooting it for 25 years, and it's been gaining ground the past few years. Yeah, but if you looked at it from a whole, it's gone up and down. I remember, shit, I'm old. I remember when 10 millimeter came out, and everybody and their brother had 10 millimeter. Hell, even the FBI was carrying 10 millimeter with the Smith and Wessons, and then it kind of lost its glory, and then the 40 and all that. So everything kind of goes up and down like 45. Hell, it's been around forever, and everybody says it's a FUD round and all this other stuff, but it's still chugging along. It's still out there. I don't think 10 millimeters going anywhere. It's just now more people are offering more options for 10 millimeter, and that's why you're seeing it take off more. So, I mean, like I said, nothing wrong with having options. Yeah, it was called expansion ammo. I believe that's what it was called. And then when we had that price gouging, they were selling like 1,000 rounds for like $1,000 or something. I mean, it was crazy. But yeah, that was the place. It was called expansion ammo. Okay, I was talking about this too. Yeah, 45 gap. Man, that was so sad. Actually, to have a buddy of mine has a Glock 45 gap, still has it. I'm like, why? He's like, well, I didn't sell it when I should have sold it, so now I'm stuck with it. I'm like, oh boy. Let's go, Brandon. Bald says hit that like button or that dislike button. Doesn't matter. Come on. Yep, y'all can hit it. And that is the thing. I wish we still had the dislike button. I would always joke around about it, but I wish we still had it. I just think it's stupid that if you want to leave a dislike, leave a dislike. Hey, what's up, Zeus? How are you, man? My indoor range does not allow shotguns anymore because I got sick of fixing the roof. Well, if people knew how to not shoot birdshot at a range and shoot slugs and shoot buckshot, they might not tear up all your shit. I've seen people shoot the wall with freaking buckshot. I'm like, good God. Man, there's all kinds of people that shoot shit. But at least the Kel-Tec is optic ready. Golly, damn things. When these deals come in, I'm trying to tap these comments and it's right there in the corner. But at least the Kel-Tec is optic ready. But we're getting close to 8 o'clock. Anything else that y'all can think about? I'm just going to be glad when I get completely over this crap. I'm tired of, just throughout the day, it's like I get winded, trying to cough up all this gunk, and I'm just tired of this shit. It's getting old. So hopefully this medicine, and I'm getting pretty damn close to the end of the medicine, so I'm hoping it'll kick this crap out of there. And I know even going forward, once I'm completely over the COVID now, it's just all the pneumonia now. But I'll be glad when I'm over all this crap so I can get back to just normal stuff. But they even said afterwards, I'll still have the coughing and, still getting this stuff out of my lungs and all that. So they said it's still going to be a process, but I'm ready. God, this is driving me. I'm usually, 90 to nothing trying to get stuff going. So I'm trying to get this crap gone. I have a Browning A5 Ultimate Maple coming finally after over a year on order. Awesome, man. Cool. Browning shotguns are nice. I like them. 45 gets my balls busted too, but it is what I tend to carry most of the time. I could carry other guns with 30 plus rounds of 9mm on me, but I've never been that kind of gunfight. Yeah. Let's see here. Binary triggers are a novelty, in my opinion. Don't know what the hype is. Guess people think it's cheap, full auto, which still no good in particular use. Yeah, some of us know how to use belt loops and sticks and rubber bands. Some people probably never tried it, but works great, and they're free. So, and they don't really jam once you get the technique down. I've seen a lot of binary triggers have problems. I've seen people put them in and start trying to shoot with them, and they just freaking blow up. The triggers come apart. I've seen all kinds of shit. Big J, my wife and I both had it. It's a month later, and we were still coughing up crap and getting tired easily. Yeah, that's what they said. So I'm just gonna deal with it. We shall press on. I'm just glad it's getting over with. So, but definitely, I appreciate everyone being on. It really means a lot that y'all come on and listen to me and bring the great questions. And I hope I give you some valuable information or at least opinions. I'm nobody special. but I definitely enjoy doing this. It's a great camaraderie that we have here with ladies and gentlemen of like-minded people. So, and I do, as soon as I get better, I am going to be taking some classes. I've been invited to take some classes, so I'm going to be taking some classes, and some of them, okay, one is a weapon system that I'm not even all that familiar with. Um, but I've got the opportunity to do it, so I'm going to do it. And it's going to be kind of like, I don't want to give it away yet, but it's going to be kind of like, I'm going to be taking y'all on a journey. It's going to be my first journey. I've been shooting for shit. I've been shooting for, God, I guess, I don't know, over 40 something years. But this is not a platform that I'm real big in. So I'm going to be trying it out and taking some classes and some other classes that I am more familiar with. So we've got some of that stuff coming. I just got to get better, and then we're going to kick it off. And you know, I hope I have fun. I hope y'all enjoy watching it. And that's just a little sneak peek of what's coming. But pretty excited about that. Hopefully you didn't lose your taste or smell. I still can't smell most things, and I had it in early July. Yeah, I have lost my taste. Matter of fact, just so y'all know, and I don't advertise it, but I've lost 10 pounds. So I guess that's a plus. But yeah, I still can't taste stuff very good at all. So, and that's been going on for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. So it is weird. I mean, I can't even really, a lot of even drinks kind of taste like water. So, but hello, MZ. How are you, man? Let me get back up here real quick. Yeah, we're going to make it. We're going to press through this crap. Yeah, that's what we try to do. It's a great group here with intelligent conversations and really no pointless ball busting. Yeah, I mean, it's just all good. I just want everybody to, to be carrying their firearm, protecting themselves and their families, keep everyone on our side. We need more gun people on our side. So if you can take someone out, teach them to shoot, get them interested in guns, that's just another advocate that we have on our side. We need all of them we can get. So, but I definitely want to, let's see here. How old were you when you started shooting? The first time I ever shot, I shot a 22 when I was 5. I don't really count that all that much, but I shot a 22. My very first pistol I was 7, and it was my grandfather's Colt 45 with the safety pinned. Um, and I was actually, even at 7, I was a pretty tall kid, but he handed me his 45, and I watched him shoot it, and he handed it to me, and I had to hit a fence post from, I don't know, about 10 yards away. Missed it the first 2 times. And then after that, he said, keep your sights, and showed me and everything. And I think it was 8 rounds. Yeah, it was. It was 8 rounds of 45. And I hit it 6 times in a row with the fence post. And then after that, I was hooked. So we would go out, shoot turtles. And I got into shotguns. Um, it just kind of took off from there. So I've been shooting for a long time. I've been carrying a gun for over 30 years. Um, every day. So, but I'm not LE or ex-military. I never claimed to be. Just a normal guy. But I definitely believe in our right to bear arms. So, but I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for all tuning in. Really means a lot. We'll do this next Wednesday. And if y'all have any questions between now and then, please leave them below. I'll try to answer everything that I can. But again, be safe, everyone. Love one another. Carry your firearm, and be safe out there. Take care, everyone. You'll have a great night.